Hi, to preface this video, this is not to hit on any of the developers from the game Dandy's World or Quell themselves. This is all my opinion, and I've done about a month's worth of research trying to make this video. Please take everything with a grain of salt, and I still enjoy and will support Dandy's World to its future. And now, here comes the video. Hello guys, welcome to this video. This video is going to be me playing Dandy's World and talking about why the game, in my eyes at least, is failing, or why I've fallen out of love with the game. This video is hard for me to make because obviously I love this game, or well, no, I would say love still, but it's just, there's a lot of things that have basically pushed me away from Dandy's World, and also a lot of other people. I've done lots and lots of research on why the game has been slowly declining and why people just are moving on to different things. I will say right now, for this first half, it will be mainly about Dandy's World and why, like, the problems that it's had and why it's affecting the player base. But after I explain that, I will be going into detail about why I've fallen out of love with Dandy's World and why content's been slow and all that. Okay, so the main reasons for Dandy's World like declining, it can be put into three main reasons. First of all, it's the events. Second of all, it's community, which you can't really do much about. But the third reason is actually the most most powerful reason, and it's the gameplay progression, I guess you could say. Let's go over the community first. Now, overall, the community is pretty nice. I would say it's better than certain communities in comparison, but it is still, you know, a community full of children, adults, like a whole mix of everything. And typically that could be a problem in some circumstances, but it's not the main issue. The main issue, I would say, is how toxic everyone is from ages young to old, because I feel like the toxicity in public runs and private runs, everyone is just fixated on, oh, what's your highest floor? Are you good at the game? Because they want to get a higher floor, and it's not really fun, you know? It's taking the fun out of the actual game, which is to have fun, try and survive, do machines, and like try not to get scared. Because Dandy's World is, I would say, a slight like horror escape game, kind of like Dead by Daylight or Forsaken, just like, I guess, more watered down. But in this like gameplay environment, like there's multiple games where if you don't have a distractor, or if you don't have a good distractor, people will purposefully die and leave the rest of the team like, okay, well, now we're down a player and this game's going to be harder. So what do we do now? I guess we'll die too. And then they'll die as well. And then they'll go into another run, and their time was wasted, you know? And even the outside behavior of the community with the shipping wars and the inappropriate, I don't even want to like go into detail on that, but I guess that's in every community, but it just feels like it's really extreme for Dandy's World. Maybe it's because it's like a kid's setting, like a kid's game setting, that it feels more extreme, but I don't know. Like, I just feel like all the tunes have been overly sexualized in a way with animations and art and whatnot. But then again, that is nothing to do with the game. That is just the environment the game has created. However, to do with the game, let's talk about the gameplay progression. So the gameplay progression, I feel like you can put it into a few words. Many players get stuck in this like, oh, hi Tidfall. Many players get stuck in what I would call this mid-game limbo, which is essentially where you're good enough to have like most of the tunes or all of the tunes so that you don't really want to go into beginner runs, and you're also not qualified enough to go into like good private runs because all the other people have like plus 70 floors, plus 60 floors, and you're stuck at like 20 or 30, which is like the average for most players. I'd feel like once people reach 20 floors, they're like, okay, I'm pretty good at this game now, or like you're like in the mid game, you know? And so it's just, you get stuck in this struggle where it's like, oh, I want to get to higher floors to play with the actual like crazy stuff, like, oh, I reached 300 floors and I saw triple pebble or something like that, you know? You want to see that, that's interesting, but you can't get there because you're stuck in this like mid-game limbo, literally. And if you go to public servers, it's just the difference in skill is like too large, if that makes sense, because you'll be playing with new players, and it's always fun to play with new players to get them like into the game because they're obviously interested in Dandy's World, and you showed interest in Dandy's World, so why not help someone become even more interested in Dandy's World? You know, it's like the friend system. But also, like, you don't want to do that all the time. Like, you want to see something new, you want to have fun, you want to explore. It's not just, oh, I want to play Dandy's World, get to floor 20 again, get to floor 30 again, and then get off. You want to get better. That's just how humans work. And also, I don't want to start about the grind because I think it's better than most games, but I think that the grind for tunes could be a little bit more interesting, if that makes sense. Because for me, I've gotten every single tune on release like within 2 to 3 hours, except for Connie. I don't want to talk about Connie. For Connie, I was up until like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. But I think that's because Connie's spawn was bugged, but that's besides the point. The grind for tunes it's kind of like a bit of a curve, because like it's kind of like the rich get richer, if that makes sense. When you're starting off with the game, it feels like it's impossible to get any tune, but once you get better and better through the game, it suddenly becomes easier to get each tune, and then you're not even thinking about, oh, it's going to take so long to get this tune. It's going to be like, okay, well, I'll just spend another 2 hours on this game and then I'll get off. There's a few ways to fix this problem, and I'm only going to propose one way because it's the only thing I could think of, and it's to cap iCore at a certain limit. Because if you cap iCore at like a certain point, like let's say 10,000 iCore, that's pretty low for the game, but most tunes are like what, 3,000 iCore at most, 4,000, 5,000 iCore at most for like the main tunes. It would maybe like 15k, but like still like capping the iCore at some point, because people can just farm iCore up and all they have to do is just max the tunes and that'll be it. Like that's all they have to do. So then the only thing you have to worry about is getting research on new tunes, and that can be pretty easy with Roger, and especially the new trinket. Actually, the new trinket's actually really good for new players. I'm gonna make a video on that soon, but that's besides the point. Again, it's just hard, for new players to get get any tunes, or like the tunes that they actually want. They have to put in lots of grinding, and that's fine. But again, it's the rich get richer. Once you have one of the good tunes, it's pretty much like light work to get any of the other tunes. It's just that first like steep that like gets players hooked, and then it's like, okay, well, now that I did that, let's do the rest. And so they do the rest, and then you run out of stuff to do. So it's like, I don't know. I guess it's just a lack of content. The game's still in alpha, which I understand, but there's just a lack of content. I guess that would lead into the next topic point, is that there's not a lot of stuff that is interesting to do in Dandy's World. Once you 100% research on, I would say, half the cast, you've seen at least all the Twisteds. You've seen at least all of them. Unless you're just like really unlucky and you've never seen Toodle or something. But all of the tunes and Twisteds get pretty like categorized in a way. And also it's, how do I describe it? Like it's hard to put into words, because it's just such like well, first of all, I just don't think about it because it's kind of boring to think about. I like to think about interesting things. No shade. But I think that the problem is that Twisteds can be categorized into like 3 different categories. And no, four different categories. We have the slow Twisteds, or we have the normal Twisteds that just walk at you like zombies. We have the Twisteds that are stuck in the ground, like the Razzle Dazzle, Roger, whatever. And then we have the interesting Twisteds, like the mains. All the mains are pretty interesting except for Astro, sorry. And then we have the projectile Twisteds that are frustrating but also give the player like an actual challenge, And I just think that once you get the hang of distracting, or once you get Pebble, period, or Louie, distracting just becomes a lot less of a challenge and more of a chore. Like it's like, oh, we need a distractor, and a distractor that's confident, and a distractor that doesn't lag, because that's all you really need. There are some intense situations where like the mixing and matching comes in, but there's a lot of the times where that just doesn't happen, period. Oh, look, listen, cool, unique Twisted. Oh, that's Poppy. Like, I wish there was more Twisteds that just did other things, and I understand that not everything is easy to code or create, because it is a game that needs development, still in alpha. I understand that. However, just like even having more creativity with the tunes, or like the trinkets even. I feel like a lot of the recent trinkets have just been like carbon copies of something that it's either carbon copies or quality of life, which I think is fine for trinkets. But like, for example, the Yada trinket, I'm pretty sure it's kind of just like a mini version of V, like a mini V version 1. Like if you get on the machine, you see the Twisted closest to you. Oh, cool. And that's it. It's good for solo runs, but it's also like, when will I ever use this trinket? Even in solo runs, like I'm probably going to be running VMO in like, I don't know, something more useful, something to speed up the progression, like magnifying glass, or use something to get away better, like pink bow, something like that, But yeah, I feel like there's a huge amount of creativity when it comes to character design, but there is I did not tell that person to get away from glisten. Whoops. But there's a lack of creativity when it comes to abilities and trinkets and stuff like that, like the actual gameplay. Like I just want to throw out an idea, like what if there was a Twisted that got more aggressive as you did more machines. Like, or there was a Twisted that made a time limit on the floor, so that if you didn't complete the floor in time, it would be like this mega, like, you know, glisten type Twisted that would go angry and start going crazy, you know? Just like totally agree, Gigi. But yeah, like something like that, just to like spice up the floors even more, right? And now I'm gonna get on to what you probably clicked this video for, because there's a huge Bobette on the screen and I'm also playing Bobette right now. It is the events. Now, I'm not going to talk about the Easter event too much. I'll go over that first. The Easter event was pretty good. It gave us, actually it gave us a lot of lore that was really interesting, and it made the game interesting for a good 2 weeks. And then, you know, the event ended, I think after 2 weeks. I don't know, it might have ended later, sooner, whatever. I only played for 2 weeks. But then I was just like, well, we're back to Dandy's World. Like, that's that, you know? It wasn't like anything unique, if that makes sense. I mean, it was unique because it added new stuff. Like, on paper, it is unique. But how it felt, it was just like, oh, I didn't really like get any, like, I'm trying to find the word for it, but it's just stimulation. That's the word. I didn't get any new stimulation from it. Like, it just felt like Dandy's World again, because the 3 tunes that were there, it was, or sorry, 4 Twisteds and tunes. It was Bassy, Coco, Flight, and the Eggson. And they're all pretty good tunes, but they were just a little boring, you know, especially the Twisteds, because Twisted Eggson was just another common tune, whatever. That's fine, I guess. Twisted Coco was the Easter Bunny, and like, I don't know what else there was to say about Twisted Coco. The animation was pretty cool. Twisted Flight didn't really do anything. And then Twisted Bassy was the coolest because, you know, she summoned like these little slowing pathways that were like, you had to move around, but it wasn't really like that much of a hassle. It was more of an inconvenience, you know? So it's kind of just like, you know, the event was like, again, the character designs were really good, the lore was really good, but the gameplay fell short for, you know, Dandy's World. They gave 2 of the event tunes like unique abilities, which was a big problem for the first event. But the Bassy ability was actually it was actually like a highly player requested ability. So I think, you know, that was a really good move from Dandy's World. And I still see people using Bassy from like today. Like, I literally saw like 3 Bassies running together in the lobby before I was recording this video. But that leads me to the next point, which was, I would say, the start of like the downfall of Dandy's World. I don't want to clickbait y'all, because Dandy's World is still doing well and the team is still doing well, and the updates that are coming out soon look like they're going to be really fun and unique. The Sprout map, I'm excited for it, kind of, but I still have to say that this is like where everything started going wrong, and that was the Christmas event. And oh boy, was the Christmas event something. First of all, at the beginning of the event, the grind was absolutely like, well, I wouldn't know because I personally spent Robux because I was not going to do the grind. I was like, okay, I want to make content. You know, I'm a content creator. I want to make content on the new tunes so that you guys can play them better, and so that, you know, so that I get views, because, you know, views are pretty important to a channel's survivability. I'm not gonna sugarcoat and be like, oh, I did it for the love in the trees and the ocean and the waters. Like, no, I did it so that, you know, the channel would grow, and so that the community would grow, and so that I would have, you know, people to share with and people to talk to. And, you know, it worked. I think the Christmas video is one of my highest ranking videos right now. So thank you, Christmas event, for that. But I will say that overall, the tunes were pretty mediocre. If we can start out the first tune, which was actually the most interesting one. It was Rudy. Rudy got like a cool little short dash on a short cooldown. Probably the most useful tune, or second most useful tune out of that event. Oh look, there's Shelly. First main 410. But yeah. Oh, and that's a pebble as well, actually. That's gonna probably be the death of us. But anyways, the Rudy was pretty cool. His trinket is useless after the Christmas event. It'll be useful for the next Christmas event, but, you know, I don't think I even used his trinket during the Christmas event. Same with Eggson's trinket. I don't think I used either of their trinkets during the event, but that was cool. His grind wasn't that hard at all. We got a code that they gave us for free, so that was really nice. But otherwise, it was, you know, he's just a cool character. Next, we have Coco, or, well, sorry, Cole. Cole was just unoriginal. I mean, people like Cole. And sorry, Wesden, if you're watching this video, but yeah, Cole was just Pebble 2.0, Pebble but bigger, you know? And honestly, not even like 2.0, I would say like Pebble 0.5, because it's so just like, they're just the worst character. They're not that good of a distractor. They're not that good of a like item info person, which is like whatever, I guess. But also like, I wish there was something unique to the character that made them like, you know, like someone actually worth playing. Like, oh, if you play Coco, you know that you're going to be getting bonbons throughout the map, and it's like a good buff, you know? Or if you're playing Fasty, you know that, oh, you have someone who's gonna carry all the medkits for you and it'll be very like useful. Please don't come to the machine, Shelly. No, why would you do that to me? Turn around. No, okay, that's fine. But Cole just really added nothing unique to the game. Like it was all just like, it just felt very, well, if you're watching this, or if any of the dev team is watching this, or if anyone loves Dandy's World and they have like a Dandy's World like bed sheet or whatever, or like something like that, just take this with a grain of salt. This is my opinion and my opinion only, even though it has been expressed by other people, but I'm saying this on my word only. The Christmas event just felt pretty lazy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it just felt like everything about the event was just lazy. And I know they put in a lot of effort for the event, and it just felt like it just felt like once I took off the rose colored glasses, I realized, oh, this event was kind of booty buns. Like, it wasn't that good. It just was not that good. I think she was talking, but yeah, like the event just kind of felt like it was just lacking like the Dandy's World creativity or spark, you could say. Like, and I haven't even talked about Babette. And also, all the tunes are fine because not every tune is going to be like everyone's cup of tea. Like if it's not your cup of tea, don't drink it, you know? But also, when the tune is nobody's cup of tea, that might be a problem, you know? Like I literally got on to record this video. I got on Dandy's World for like the first time in like a week, trying to record this video. And I've also recorded this video many times, but I've never liked how it came out. This is the first time where I feel like it actually like came out right. And also before the audio corrupted in one of the videos as well, so it's just like, you know, that was also pain. But this is the first time where I felt like, oh, what I'm saying is actually like true to me and true to how I feel. And so it's just like, I just feel like if the event was more how the Easter event was, and also I should say that the Easter event was the second event and the Christmas event was the first one, and you're obviously not going to get things right the first try, which I understand and completely acknowledge. But I still feel that the event could have been handled differently. It could have, because there were also lots of suggestions from the players of the game, from the developers even, saying like, oh, we didn't like how this came out, so we might be giving them something new further down the line with Ginger, and how Ginger's really just come to 2.0, but they might be changing that. And I just feel like this was definitely it was definitely a blunder moment, because all of the tunes in that, I think that's what the event I was going on before, sorry, ADHD brain. I think it's all the tunes are just not fun to play from the Christmas event. Like the only tune that's like remotely fun to play is Rudy, and that's because you can just headbutt things, and that's fun. And I just wish that the team, not the gameplay just had more creativity put into it. Like, what if Rudy's headbutt, instead of being like a getaway tool, you know? What if it was like you ram into the Twisted and you don't take a hit of damage, but when you save this person, like you stun the Twisteds, you know? Or the Twisted that you run into. Like that Twisted is just like out of commission for like 3 seconds, not even like 2 seconds. And that would be pretty fun. That would make me play Rudy probably the most, because it's just like a fun ability. It's like, oh, this is unique. This is fun. I want to do this. Or like, let's say if Cole was, I don't know, like another 2 stealth 4 speed distractor like Goob, because that would be pretty cool. That would probably make more people use Cole, because the reason people don't use Cole is because they're not good enough to be a distractor, but they're also not good enough to be an extractor, and they're not good enough to be a support. So they're kind of like in limbo. And then Ginger's pretty good because it's just Cosmo 2.0. Healers are always going to be good. And Babette is boring. She's great at surviving. As you can see, I've been talking this whole time, not even paying attention to the game really, and I'm still surviving. I've only had to use 1 band-aid, and we've also had a good distractor. But also, like, this game has really been a nothing burger. Like, playing this game right now, in this game where I'm recording this, I can tell you I have not had fun. I'm gonna be logging off after this. I'm probably gonna log on to something else like Minecraft or another Roblox game that's actually fun, or like play with my friends, you know, something obsessed. Oh my god, I still haven't done Babette Mastery. Well, that's also proof. There you go. But yeah, like I have not had fun in this game, point blank. And I know people have had fun on Babette before. I just know that through my experience and also other people's experiences, this tune is typically not the one to play if you're looking to have fun. Now, I don't think like I'm the end all be all, right? Like I don't think I'm always right, and this is how you can fix the game and stuff like that. I don't think that. Is that double V? Why is her feet? Is it always like that? Oh, someone died. That's not good. But I just think there's some ways to fix it. Like there's some ways to fix the game and how it is. I think it's just, I know you can't always listen to the community, which is completely understandable. I don't always listen to my community. So it's like, you know, if I don't listen to my community, I can relate to Quell and the dev team and be like, oh yeah, I don't always have to listen to you guys. Like I can do what I want for my game, you know? I'm the one developing it. Is it you guys? I'm the one putting money into this. Is it you guys? Some of you are, some of you aren't, you know? But there's certain things that are like, why would I ever, like, why is it not in the game? That's what I was gonna say. Why is it not in the game? Like, I know Quell has said before that they're not into stunning the Twisteds or like giving the Twisteds a stunning ability or giving the Toons a stunning ability, but like we just recently got Blot, and so that's like hope for the future. You know, Blot's kind of like a distractor, like stunner, you know, in some sense. And so maybe Quell will add one of those in the future. And also, oh my goodness, I completely skipped over this. I'm gonna just put this in. Okay, this is from the future. You're gonna see this part of the run in the future, but I'm gonna put this part early in the video. A huge problem about dandysworld is not the lack of updates, it's the lack of meaningful content in the updates. Because in the last few updates, the only thing that was memorable for me, I think, was the Showtime Game Pass, and it was Blot. I think that was everything that was really interesting in the last, like, I would say 4 updates. Was the fourth update, was that Easter? I don't even know at this point. But yeah, Blot and the Game Pass was the only interesting things. That's what brought me back to dandysworld, in my opinion. And even then, that was like short-lived because, you know, I used all the skins and I was like, okay, well, now what? Are there any new Twisteds? Nope. Is anything worth playing in the game that's like interesting or like stimulating? Not really, not to me anymore. And so, I mean, there is something stimulating. It's getting to like high floors, but it's not gonna happen unless like I put down like 6 hours of my time that I just don't have into dandysworld, or not even that I don't have, because some of the days I do have 7 to 6, 12 hours to just sit on dandysworld and get to floor 2 billion and like do whatever that, like I could, you know, whatever I want to do there. But I just don't want to. Like there's no incentive. There's no like, oh, if you reach floor 100, you get a cosmetic. That's really cool for like the Toon you reach floor 100 with or something like that, you know? That would actually be a really good idea. Oh, but yeah, like something like that would be pretty unique, and I would like that. And it's just an idea, you know, to help push people to go to further floors. Like, oh, like what if there was like, how, well, for example, like how in Dead by Daylight, whenever you prestige a certain amount, you get bloody clothing, which is kind of like the vintage clothing. But you could do like, maybe like for lore, you could do like, I don't know, cured twisted versions of the Toons. Like, let's say you get a cured Twisted Sprout, his hand is like spiky and black, but he's still like Sprout, like, you know, he's still a teammate. Or like for Twisted Finn, you know, his fishbowl and his legs are fixed and his arms were cut off. His legs were cut, no. His arms were fixed and his feet were fixed and everything about him was fixed, but his bowl was still black and they still had the ichor in it, you know? Then it's just like, oh, it's like, it's still Finn, but he's just like, you know, he's gone through it. Like, I think that'd be like cool for the lore. I don't know how the lore is going to be in the game, but if that was a direction it could be taken in, you know, that would be cool. Or like, let's say whenever you gamble on Gigi, you know, her hand pops out of her head for like a second, just to show like, you know, hey, the twisted ichor got to me, you know, and I survived, you know, like it's whatever. Like you got through those floors, like that's the point of it. You survived. Like you're battered and bruised and ichor filled, but did you survive? Yes. And so that would just be another cool idea. Okay, back to the part I was talking about, which was how to fix the game. Just get more creative. And I just think we shouldn't shut down too many options, you know? Like I feel like there's a lot of things that could be added to the game that would benefit it like tenfold, like unique powers or like new twisted mechanics, like, oh, this twisted puts you on a timer, or this twisted is like a weeping angel, so someone has to look at twisted or else it'll move like really fast. And I know like it would have to be like a staring thing, like since we're third person, it would have to be like, oh, you stare at them, or like you want this twisted to see you, or else like you're in danger. Yeah, like just unique ideas. And also I understand the time restraints with the summer event, but I know that was a very disappointing thing for a lot of people. Like, I know I was disappointed, my community was disappointed. We all thought we were gonna get a summer event. You know, we got spring, we got Easter, we got Christmas, and we're going to be getting Halloween, which I will be playing no matter how bored I am of Dandy's World, I will be playing that for you guys because I know that's what you guys like to see. And I appreciate you guys and I want to make you guys proud, you know? But like just stuff like that would just make the community not happy, but just satisfied. You don't have to appease the community with every single thing that you do. You just have to like keep them satisfied, you know? And I feel like the Twisteds could just be more unique because at how the game stands right now, I am not afraid of any of the Twisteds except for Twisted Pebble when I'm not on a distractor. And that's when I'm like, okay, well, my teammate's gonna die. And like, I'm not gonna die. My teammate's gonna die. And then I'm gonna die after that because we don't have a distractor. So it's like, I feel like just making a way for the Twisteds to be more scary would be cool. Like just giving the Twisteds more life, I guess. Other than that, I know I've been dogging on Dandy's World this whole time. So I just want to say, Dandy's World is a great game. It's a great franchise. It is so successful, and I'm so happy that the developers were able to get this far. And I'm happy for them giving me a platform technically because I got all of my like subscribers from Dandy's World, so I really appreciate that, and all my viewers from Dandy's World, so I really do appreciate that. And I want to say that this is all coming from a constructive criticism point, as I said at the beginning of the video, and I just really want the game to be fun again. That's what I really want, because I like making content for it. I like the tunes, I like the designs. I'm just bored, you know? Like, I guess that comes with playing the game so much. You know, you get burnt out of stuff, which is something I'm gonna cover in a few seconds for my YouTube side, my YouTube peeps. But it's just, I just wish I wish every game of was unique. That's something that I wish the game could like get to at some point. So right now, how it feels is like, if I'm playing an extractor, I'm gonna expect to get through every machine with no consequences. If I'm a survivor, I'm gonna expect to, you know, survive. If I'm a distractor, I'm gonna be holding W the whole time, but getting hit a few times, asking for a heal, not panicking, you know, nothing out of the ordinary. Like, I just know what's gonna happen at this point. So whenever every Dandy's World game feels like something unique, well then, yeah, the game will be fun, and it'll feel like something worth playing, you know? But as it stands right now, nothing is unique, nothing is fun, and everything's boring, and I'm burning it like fast. And I think a lot of people in the community are as well, which is why the player count has gone down and not many people are playing Dandy's World right now. That's also why the art side of Dandy's World is still doing well, because the characters that they created are just super unique, you know? They're really cool. Yeah, so that's pretty much it about the Dandy's World rant and why it's like falling from grace, I guess you could say. And this is the part where I'm going to talk about my channel. And well, first of all, I'm going to say thank you for the people who watched the majority of this video. I really appreciate that you clicked on this video and heard me out and listened to me yap about Dandy's World. And if you stick around for this next part, thank you. You don't have to though, you can click off the video now if you want to. This is just the part of the video where I talk about my channel and how I want it to evolve, I guess you could say. All right, so as you guys can see, I have not been uploading a lot recently. And also I've been uploading not even bad content, just bad content in general. Like, I know you guys were fine with Minecraft ? But at the same time, you also it was also very loud and clear that nobody wanted to really see that. And also there's other videos that were like doing like decently well, which I appreciate. Like, holy crap, 1,000 people clicked on this video. Like, that's really great. But I just knew that that's not what you guys really want to see. Like, that's what I want to see. And so it's been like dwindling and dwindling to the point where it's like, okay, well, what content do I want to make? Because if I make content that I don't want to make, the video is going to be edited not well. Like, it's going to be edited in a not fun way. Like, it's going to be boring, you know? Nobody's going to want to watch that. But at the same time, the content that I don't want to make is what's doing the best right now in my niche. So it's like I'm like getting pulled a little bit, you know? And so I'm going to be this is my plan of action now. This is what I've been sitting on for like a while. My plan of action is going to be, I will be branching out. I'm going to be making variety content, which is what I've wanted to do for the longest time. I think I've been trying to do social media for, I think, around 6-7 years at this point, with like lots of failed attempts. And this was like the first attempt that's actually taken me somewhere. And so I'm very grateful that you guys would, you know, give me the chance like that. But I really want to take my channel in a direction where I have fun while recording and editing, and I don't feel like the games I'm playing is like a chore to me, you know? And so I will be branching out. I will be storytelling. I'll be doing real life content. I'll be doing Roblox content. I'll be doing stuff like that. I'll be doing gaming in general. Like, I want to play Peak. I don't know if you guys want to see Peak, but I will be playing Peak. And yeah, I just think that I need to branch out, because if I don't, I'll be stuck as the Dandy's World guy forever, and I don't want to be that. I don't want to be Dandy's World guy. I want to be blue, you know? I don't want to just be stuck into one thing. I guess that's how it's been like my entire life, you know? But yeah, I'll be branching out. Content will be coming out more. I will say I'm in college. I have a life. Not to shade anyone. No shade there. Like, you know, I want to live. I want to go out. I want to explore. I want to meet people. I want to meet friends. Still trying to get a damn boyfriend. And that's pretty much like how I'm moving right now. I still love content and I still want to create content for you guys. I love the community so much. Like, I don't think a lot of people notice, but I'm an active lurker in my own Discord. And so, I mean, obviously, you know, I'm the owner. I just like looking at stuff. I don't really interact as much. I should be interacting more, but I just like looking at how people interact in my server. And it's really, when it's popping, it's really like heartwarming. It's like, oh wow, like I created a community like that. These people gathered around because they enjoyed my content. Like that's, I don't want to like cry right now, but like that's that's really great, you know? But I just want to create like a safe space for more people, you know? Like I feel like if I can do that, then like my job is done. Like for example, like one of my biggest inspirations right now is Vanilla Mace. I just love how funny she is and how like positive she is all the time, and I just want to I want to be that for some people, you know? And if I have to go through Dandy's World burnout to do that, so be it. I'll go through Dandy's World burnout to do it. So that's how the channel is standing so far. TLDR, I'll be making more videos. I'm not abandoning the channel. You guys are great. I just can't do Dandy's World as much or as often anymore. Like I'll be doing Dandy's World updates, and like whenever I get run ideas, I'll be doing that as well. And like I'll still be doing the guides, don't worry. Like I will be Dandy's World guide tuber because that's what I am best at, I guess you could say. But I also want to start streaming again because I stopped streaming because Dandy's World was boring. That's the only thing people, you know, watched my streams for. And so I'm gonna start streaming again soon once I get this Wi-Fi situation figured out. I might, keyword might, be playing more Forsaken. Forsaken's fun, but after 3 games it gets pretty boring. So it's like, you know, what can I do? So yeah, all I ask is that you guys just bear with me, see the content through, and I just want to thank you guys for sticking with me, because at the end of everything, I have not lost any subscribers. Like I have not, the only thing that has slowed down is the view count and the subscribers going up, which I am like so thankful for, because a lot of people lose 100,000, 200,000 followers in a day. And it's just like, oh, well, it's like, well, I have this little like group of 29,000, 28,000 people who like watching my content, and like they tune in sometimes, and you know, they like had the energy and time of day to press the subscribe button for me. Like that's incredible. I just want to say thank you to you, all subscribers and viewers. Like actually, genuinely, I really appreciate you guys. I wouldn't be able to do a lot of the things I want to do without you guys. I think, well, that my distractor just died, so I think that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed this little like, oh, I need to get blob research. If you enjoyed this type of content or like this little talk, let me know, because I do like talking, believe it or not. I do like talking. I like reading stories. I like just like saying what's on my mind, you know? I don't feel like anyone like doesn't like saying what's on their mind. And if you don't, I would start saying what's on your mind. That's what I would do. And if you don't have anything to say, or like you don't have anyone to tell, go ahead and just tell them in the comments. Like just say what you think about Dandy's World. I'll listen. I like reading the comments. You guys, I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious that I read all my comments at this point. I say it every video because I genuinely enjoy like seeing the feedback that you guys give to people and like seeing like what you guys have to say. It's interesting, you know? But yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. If you were just like, you know, keeping this video in the background. And I'm sorry it's not as like heavily edited as like my other videos and like funny or like lighthearted. I just wanted to be serious for, you know, seconds, you know, just to talk about like, hey, Dandy's World is not the game it used to be in my eyes. And so yeah, that's a wrap. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.